Hello everyone, I'm Jensen. Today is Tuesday, March 9th, and from the 1-year anniversary of the first coronavirus case being found in Ohio to some major headway being made on the next stimulus package, I have all the stories you need to know to get in the loop tonight. But first, did anyone else get out there and enjoy this beautiful weather that we're having today? Is it going to continue? Well, let's find out from our First Alert weather team.
Here's what we're looking at tomorrow: record high temperatures, and then Thursday showers become likely and maybe even a rumble of thunder. Let's focus on tomorrow. At 8 a.m. the temperature will be near 50 degrees. By noon tomorrow, readings will climb to near 70, and tomorrow there's going to be a big difference. The wind coming in out of the south-southwest will be much stronger. It will overcome the lake breeze and push warmer weather right up to the shoreline. And highs could very well reach the middle 70s here across northwest Ohio. Here's a look at our hour-by-hour forecast. Tonight, the wind will be very light, and under a partly cloudy sky, low temperatures will drop back to the upper 40s to near 50. When you see these green arrows come on, it's indicating a wind of 15 miles per hour or greater. Tomorrow, it's going to get breezy quickly, and look at the direction, south-southwest. The wind will be kind of howling during the afternoon, gusts up to 35 miles per hour. That will help to drive the warmer weather in and stop the lake breeze from happening. Record highs tomorrow will be up into the 70s. Watch the clock here, because I think Thursday is going to be a bit of a windy day as well. It will also bring a chance of showers. So I've run the clock all the way to first thing Thursday morning. There'll be a chance of showers at this time. Watch the clock, and I'll stop it at 11 a.m. Showers could be coming across the area, maybe even a rumble of thunder. And then Thursday into the evening hours, still a chance of showers in our forecast. So Thursday will be perhaps an on and off rainy setup. Partly cloudy tonight and warm, the low near 50 away from the lake. Then tomorrow, a very warm and windy day. The record 72 set 1925. We'll go with 75 out at the airport. And with rain showers on Thursday, it'll be another bit of a windy day. 68 will be the high on Thursday. Then the temperature falls back Friday to 53. It does look like a quiet weekend, but it looks like a relatively cool weekend. Now keep in mind, 46 and 42 for highs is a little bit closer to normal this time of the year.
And more than 100 students gathered outside the now delisted Pi Kappa Alpha fraternity house this morning in remembrance of the late sophomore Stone Foltz. Foltz died on Sunday after being hospitalized for days following an alleged alcohol-fueled hazing incident at an off-campus fraternity event. Students then marched to the McFall Center to demand changes in the Greek system and seek resignations of several campus officials. An investigation into the incident, which happened March 4th, is ongoing with no charges brought yet in the case.
The reason we had a silent march is because the university has been silent on this for years. And now it's time to be loud.
Chants of hazing kills, justice for Stone, and silence kills rang out outside the McFall Center as students brought their protest and demands to administrators.
And one of the things I keep hearing and thinking about is, what if it was your friend? What if it was you? And, I appreciate that rhetoric because it's good that we care about the people that we love. And, we don't want bad things to happen to them. But I think, especially with the pandemic, we've been having this conversation that, it shouldn't have to be someone you know for you to care. You know what I mean? It legitimately breaks my heart. That's so that sucks. And I didn't know him, and I didn't have to know him to care about it. You know what I mean?
The university released a statement not long ago saying that they hear students and that hazing in any form has no place at BGSU. For a look at the university's full statement and a recap of today's events, take a look at the link in the description of this video. And another Ohioan in that same fraternity, a 20-year-old student at American University in D.C., died on March 3rd at his off-campus residence. But right now, it's unclear how Eli Weinstock died. American University confirmed the Metropolitan Police Department is investigating his death. His father, Michael Weinstock, told the Washington Post that he was told by police Eli was out with members of a fraternity at a happy hour before he was brought home. The Pi Kappa Alpha chapter at American University posted on Instagram that Eli was a new member, saying, "Our thoughts and prayers go out to the family and friends of Eli and to anyone mourning his loss." Police did not say if Eli was under the influence or injured while he was out with the group that night, but we will continue to keep you updated if any new information comes to light. And Ohio lawmakers have introduced legislation to the State House that directly relates to the alleged hazing incident at BGSU. Yesterday morning, two state representatives, Republican Haraz Gambari and Democrat Michael Sheehy, reintroduced a bill formerly known as House Bill 310. House Bill 310 was also known as Collins Law, named for Ohio University student Colin Wyant, who died after a hazing incident. Gambari says the death of BGSU sophomore Stone Foltz is devastating, and it makes the bill that's been introduced even more important. It's an anti-hazing and bullying bill, something that Gambari says happens across all ages, and it needs to be stopped. The former bill, House Bill 310, passed in the House in 2020, but ran out of time in the Senate and never became law. Gambari says that they've sent out a co-sponsor request, and state lawmakers have until Wednesday to sign on and sponsor that bill. Then it will get introduced on the House floor at the end of the week. Once the bill makes it to the House floor, amendments will be made and voted on, and if passed in the Ohio House, it will move to the Ohio Senate. Gambari says types of incidents like this one at BGSU need accountability. This bill, if passed, would do just that. And Ohio Governor Mike DeWine has declared today a day of remembrance in honor of the more than 17,500 Ohioans who lost their lives to COVID-19. March 9th, 2021 marks the one-year anniversary of the first confirmed coronavirus case in Ohio. Since then, more than 979,000 people have tested positive in the state. But some 2 million Ohioans have received at least one shot of the coronavirus vaccine, or some 17% of the population as of yesterday, according to the state health department. And more people continue to be eligible for the vaccine in Ohio. To find out more about who qualifies and how you can make an appointment, check out the link in the description of this video. And a leading airline and business groups are asking the Biden administration to develop temporary credentials that would let travelers show they've been tested and vaccinated for COVID-19 in an attempt to revive the travel industry. Various groups and countries are working on developing so-called vaccine passports, but the fear for airlines is that a big mashup of different regional credentials will just cause confusion and none will be widely accepted. In a letter to the White House coronavirus response coordinator, more than 24 groups said it's crucial to establish uniform guidance and that the U.S. must be a leader in this development. However, these groups said that vaccination should not be a requirement for domestic or international travel, and the White House did not immediately comment. But the World Health Organization and the United Nations aviation arm are already working on what type of information to include in such a credential. The airline industry groups are particularly interested in having the CDC take a leading role, believing that would increase the certainty that information in the credentials is legit. And in case you missed it, yesterday the CDC released new guidance for fully vaccinated people, saying that vaccinated people can meet up with other people who have had their shots without masks, and they can meet up with unvaccinated people who are at a low risk of developing complications from the virus. However, they still do recommend against travel. CDC Director Rochelle Walensky said that every time there's a surge in travel, we have a surge in cases. She noted that many variants of COVID-19 now spreading in the U.S. started in other countries, but still, she held out the possibility that with more data, the CDC might soon approve of travel by vaccinated people. And finally, we are making some headway on the next economic relief package. The House is expected to vote on the Senate's version of the $1.9 trillion package tomorrow morning, which includes another round of stimulus checks. The Senate passed its COVID-19 relief bill on Saturday with a party line 50-49 vote and several changes compared to what the House originally passed. So for instance, instead of $400 weekly emergency unemployment checks, the Senate bumped that down to $300. It also removed the push for a federal minimum wage of $15 an hour. House Majority Leader Steny Hoyer said the House will meet tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern to debate and vote on the bill's final passage. Once the bill is approved by the House, it finally goes to Biden's desk for his signature. But once it's approved, how long until we start to see those checks? Well, the goal is to have the plan approved by Sunday, which is when extra unemployment assistance and other pandemic aid expires. As things stand now, it appears Democrats should make that March 14th deadline. And if the IRS is able to keep up with previous timelines, Americans could start receiving stimulus checks from late this month to early April. For example, if the stimulus package is signed into law by March 14th, based on previous relief plans, the first direct deposits may go out the week of March 22nd. But we will, of course, continue to keep you updated every step of the way. And before I go, let me tell you about a way that you can make some cash and cut down on some of that screen time. Reviews.org will pay you $2,400 to put down all devices, including Netflix, for 24 hours. The Digital Detox Challenge is looking to reward someone who's up for the task. Now, for perspective, the average American watched 612 hours of Netflix in 2020. So, what reviews.org is trying to do is monitor the impacts of stress, mood, and future screen habits with this challenge. So, participants must give up texting, social media, online shopping, gaming consoles, and smartwatches. Applications are open between now and March 26th. Honestly, I think I could handle it. I could use a little bit of a tech vacation, but that is all I have for you today. If you like this video, hit that like button and of course subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Jensen and now you're in the loop.